So for week 5, we are going to go through 2 chapters. Chapter 12 is really short, and chapter 11 basically is going to teach you how to create your database and your tables using SQL code. So you're going to read through the chapter in the book and read through the lecture demo. Then you're going to come in and do the textbook assignment, which basically teaches you how to create the database, how to create one, how to delete one, how to add tables to a database, how to remove a table if there's a problem, how to copy data into an existing table, all of that kind of fun stuff. Also how to change tables, because this frequently happens with your final project. You may decide that you want to add an extra column that you don't have. So this will also show you how to alter the table and add columns. There are commands to create index and indexing in existing tables. Your primary key will automatically have a clustered index, but it is a good idea to index your foreign keys. So this shows you how to create an index. And then finally, we cover how to create constraints and adding a primary key, a foreign key, and any kind of validation check involves working with constraints. So this section teaches you how to do that. And there are video demonstrations for every single section. So they will show you and tell you how to complete. Okay, and then for chapter 12, so this is kind of how to do the same thing as chapter 11, but chapter 12 is showing you how to do it using the SQL Server Management Studio interface. Okay, so the lecture kind of goes through how to use the interface, and there's quite a few pictures in here. And then the assignment actually walks you through creating a database, adding a couple tables, adding constraints for a check constraint to make sure data is entered correctly, and also adding a foreign key constraint using SSMS. Task 3 involves generating a script of the entire database. And then task 4 involves creating a backup. Okay, so this basically teaches you how to better utilize SSMS. Now, once you finish both of those, then you can work on your final project milestone 2. Make sure that you have made any changes that I specified for your Excel tables. Make sure that you have those correct before you go into milestone 2, because you're going to be using the spreadsheet as a basis for creating those tables. I did videos that kind of walk you through. It actually shows you the spreadsheet on one side of the screen and SSMS on the other, walks you through how to create the database and the tables. Okay, so that's in one video. The next video shows you how to do foreign key constraints. And when I ran that, there was some kind of little glitch. And so some of the tables had constraints added and some of them did not. So this video also shows you what to do if that happens to you. So it is useful to watch because you end up having to figure out which tables have the constraints, which ones don't. You have to comment out some code, that type of thing. The first video, in addition to showing you how to create the database and the tables, I also show you how to remove the database in case you need to do it over again if there was an issue. The third video shows you how to create indexes for your foreign keys. And so these first 3 videos basically cover task 1. The next video covers tasks 2 through 4. Okay, and then if you kind of scroll through, you'll notice that I am giving you basically the examples of the code that I created in those videos. Plus, I'm giving you another set of examples for a fictional bakery. Okay, so hopefully the examples will come in handy when you're trying to figure out how to create your database and tables. For exporting your database code, I give you an example from the video. This is in Notepad, but I also am giving you the SQL script. And then for my fictional bakery, I'm giving you the same thing. One thing that you should note is if you keep your scripts from task 1, so if you save those and you keep those, then you can simply turn that in and you don't need to do task 4. You only have to do task 4 if you don't have the scripts from task 1. So you could save yourself a little time by saving these, and then you can just simply turn those in. Okay, and for the database diagram, if you have the option in SSMS, you should create the diagram there. And if you did the latest upgrade, then you don't have that option anymore. And you'll just have to turn in your Word document that you created in Milestone 1, but make sure that any changes that you made, and for some of you, your tables will change quite a bit, make sure that those changes are reflected in that ER diagram. So you're probably going to have to modify it. Please let me know if you have any questions about what you need to do this week. The most important thing is that you know that your Excel tables are correct before you start working on this milestone. Because if you create your tables and they are not correct, when we get to inserting data, it's not going to work. The last thing that you need to worry about this week is the Unit 2 quiz. And there is no time limit on that quiz. It's open book, open note. It's kind of focusing on these chapters. A lot of the questions in that quiz are very similar to what you're going to see on your certification exam. You will notice that your final project milestone 2 is not due until the 24th. Everything else is due the 17th. So I'm giving you a little extra time on that because I do have to look through all of the Excel spreadsheets and we have to fix any problems that are in them. Okay, so you're going to get an extra week on that so we can make sure that you've got everything correct. So if you have any problems or questions, please let me know and have a great week.